Hey, give me a few minutes and I will change the way you look at your career forever. You think that working hard, getting certificates and good education will make you rich? I'm sorry to break it to you, but it won't. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rocket ahead in their careers while others just stay stuck, even though they work just as hard or even harder than them? The answer isn't luck, it's not politics, and it's not talent. It's that people who rise fastest understand one thing very clearly. Your salary isn't tied to effort, it's tied to the value that you bring. You want to earn more? Stick around and see the equation that will change your life forever. We've been taught a lie for most of our career. The idea that the harder you work, the longer you stay in the office, the more hours you put in, the more you'll be paid. But if that was true, wouldn't every single overworked, exhausted employee out there be rich? Or started their business and overnight became successful? And yet they are not, and you are probably one of them, and I was thinking the same too. Working harder and harder while getting more and more frustrated. That is, until I discovered the formula I'll share with you in the next few minutes. Then I was promoted 8 times in 7 years, increasing my salary by over 1000%. So let's say I know a thing or two about managing the career. Today I'll break the thinking that was holding me back, and I know it holds you back too. I'm going to show you a powerful idea, the real career equation that determines how much you earn over time. And it has very little to do with hours worked. Instead, it's all about value. The value you create. This is the career equation, and understanding it completely changed my career. And once you see it, you'll never look at the work the same way again. Before I show you the equation though, let's start by reframing your career completely. Stop thinking about your job as just a role or a title. Start thinking about your career as a product. And every product has a marketing mix. Think about it this way. You're hired to perform a specific job, a job that generates certain amount of value to your employer for which you are paid. The same way as you buy food or any other product or service, you compare it to the value it's going to give you and whether or not it's worth the money that you're going to pay for it. For example, you buy a fast food because you're hungry. You grab it fast, fighting to order at the self-checkout, trying to focus on order the correct thing that you actually want, despite the noise in the restaurant. Then you get your burger wrapped in a paper so you can eat on the way. It's handed to you by usually overworked and underpaid staff. It delivers small amount of value but satisfies your hunger, right? Now imagine you eat at an expensive restaurant. You pay much more, but you get, at least theoretically, way more value. You get to eat more nutritious food. You are sitting in a sophisticated, luxurious setting in a tranquil atmosphere. You get a table service from a smiling waiter or waitress. Your food is prepared by experienced chef who spent years getting better at what he or she does. Your food looks absolutely delicious, but you pay way more. You pay for service, you pay for quality, experience. Ultimately, you pay for the product they offer, and that gives you way more overall value than the fast food experience. Seemingly the same need, your hunger, totally different value you get and you pay for. And yet very few people think the same way about their career. So let's translate it into the career and stick for a few more moments with this restaurant experience. Marketing mix consists of 4 elements: product, promotion, place, and price. So let's start with product. In the fast food, you had a subpar quality burger wrapped in a greasy paper, prepared by staff with only basic training required. In the restaurant, you get a meal, say a steak, made by experienced chef, from high-quality beef, handed to you by a well-trained waiter. Promotion. Fast food chains pride themselves in fast service and affordable prices. Restaurant promotes experience, quality, and top-quality service. Place. In the fast food, you order and eat your burger in a loud place or on the go. In the restaurant, you enjoy your meal in a tranquil, luxurious atmosphere with personalized setting. Price. You pay low for the basic fast food, but you pay premium for high-quality restaurant. Now makes sense, doesn't it? Now take a look at your career through this lens. Product is the problems that you solve and the outcomes that you deliver for the company. Promotion is how you promote yourself, tell your story of the achievements and value that you create. It's your personal brand inside and outside of the office. Place is where you choose to play. The environment, industry or company, being in the office or being fully digital, both have different prices attached. And finally, price. Price is the output of all other three. It's the value that you generated. So now reflect, are you a fast food? Coming to your office, grinding through work in the same old way you used to. Clocking in, clocking out, often very late with bare minimum to show for it. Or are you a restaurant meal, continuously improving your problem solving, building lasting relationships, working on increasingly bigger challenges and showcasing your expertise, value and achievements? The reality is that most of us are somewhere in the middle but totally unaware of it. If you want to increase your salary, you need to work on your product and your promotion while you make a clear decision on the place that you work. The price is just a function of all of it. But if you only focus on working longer, delivering the same quality fast food without improving your product, you'll hit the ceiling very fast. You will only be able to earn more by picking up a second job, but hey, you agreed to fixed contract rate and probably don't have enough time or energy to pick up the second job. So you end up being frustrated with the company, with the colleagues, with yourself. And your closest people suffer. So let's break this cycle and let me reveal the ultimate career equation to show you how you can earn more, get promotions or new jobs faster, and ultimately feel more fulfilled and happy. So here it is, the formula that drives everything. 4 elements that I will reveal one by one, and the last one has potential to exponentially grow your value and your salary. We start with the most critical concept. Your salary over time just can't help but grow with the amount of value you generate to the company or to your customers. Now, why do I say it's lower or equal? To put it simply, because nobody will hire you if they need to give away all the value that you generate. And that's normal. It's like return on investment for the company or your clients. But the better you drive the elements of this equation, the higher your salary, because the company can't afford to lose you, or because the market pulls you to places that value you more. But you might ask me how to drive value. And that's the core of this equation, and it's connected to the lengthy intro about product and marketing mix. First, the most critical and straightforward factor is the difficulty of the problems that you solve. Simple tasks, easy problems, low pay, like for a burger. Complex, ambiguous, high-stakes challenges, business turnaround, strategic decisions, for example, or niche, unique specialization, that's where value is created. So want to get paid more? Solve more difficult challenges. Second, how fast can you solve them? Efficiency matters. Companies will always prefer someone who solves big problems faster. And above all, the faster you solve them, the more of them you can solve, the more you get paid. Or you work less, depending on the priorities that you choose. It's a very straightforward cycle. So, want to get paid more? Solve more difficult problems faster. Both are very straightforward, but the problem is almost everyone stops here, forgetting about the other 2 critical factors that can multiply your salary over time. Third is the style. Very often forgotten is about how you deliver the results. It's how you work with others, how you lead, how you influence, how well you communicate. No one wants to promote or overpay a brilliant jerk who burns bridges everywhere they go, or achieve results burning to the ground everything around them. This is your ability to partner with others and collaborate. So want to get paid more and get promoted faster? Solve more difficult problems faster in effective collaboration with the rest of the business. And here's the fourth one, and the one that almost everyone forgets about. It's called promotion. This is how well you tell your story, how well you articulate the problems that you solve, how well you showcase your work and manage up. All of that while staying humble and not brag. It's humility without invisibility. If no one knows the problems that you are solving, you won't get paid for them. But my boss knows what I'm doing, you might say. Really? Does he? It's most likely that he's concerned about managing his boss more than remembering what you do. That's the brutal reality many people forget about. And if they know, nobody cares until you properly communicate the message. It's sad, but it's true in majority of the jobs. The same applies in your job interview. The better you showcase your achievements and communicate the value that you generate, the better your chances of success. So if you want to earn more and get promoted faster or land better jobs, do the following. Solve more difficult problems, which is your product. Faster, which is the time. Collaborating well with others, which is the style that you use. and show it and showcase it, communicate it. That's the promotion. Before I show you how to put it to work, make sure you subscribe to our channel and this playlist. Over the next weeks and months, I'll be breaking down the elements of this equation to help you earn more and drive your career forward. I'm also working on the toolkit that will bring all of it together and give you practical step-by-step way to design your career that you dream of and earn more as a result of that. So subscribe to the channel and sign up for a waiting list in our newsletter. So let's put it to work. This is the virtuous cycle of every high performer. First, you solve difficult problems. You execute with speed. You collaborate with a great style. You communicate those results and then you get paid. But here's where most people stop. The best ones open the next cycle. They reinvest a portion of that salary, not just financially, but also their time that they freed up with automating things, for example. They invest that in their own skills, their systems, and their relationships. They learn to solve even harder problems through training, side hustle, mentorship. They become faster by improving their tools, habits, and personal effectiveness. Or they are working longer to automate part of their job. That's investment as well. They elevate their style, improving communication, emotional intelligence, and leadership. And then, because they are solving bigger problems faster and better and care to show it in the right way, they get paid more again. That's the loop. They invest more. That's the whole game. That's your career. I'll close this video with one thing that you can do to overnight increase your chances of promotion, salary, or a job. Define your unique value proposition. The real power move is to stop describing your job as a title or a department. Instead, define yourself by the problems you solve. I'll focus on finance in this example. How do you answer "what do you do" question is critical. You don't just work in finance or manage projects or analyze data. You optimize resource allocation for a 200 million division. You create visibility into market opportunities that drive 15% revenue growth. You help executive teams avoid multi-million-dollar mistakes. You see the difference? It's all about how you communicate your unique value proposition, which is the formula that I shared. That's how high performers talk. That's how they think. And that's why they get paid. That's why they get paid way more than most people do, even if they appear not to work so hard. Don't get me wrong, you still need to work hard to grow the value you generate, no doubt about that. But you do it intentionally, not just executing what you need to execute. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, reflect on the biggest problems that you solve today. Write them down. Then rewrite how you describe your role through the lens of those problems. Then start building the equation. Where can you take on more difficult challenges? How can you improve your speed? Where can you upgrade your style? Then commit to sharing your results regularly with your manager in a humble but fact-based way that focuses on value creation, not your ego. Remember, your salary has never been about hours worked. It's about value created. It's about how difficult the problems are, how fast you solve them, and how well you work with others along the way. This is not just a career hack, this is the fundamental shift from employee mindset to value creator mindset. And once you learn to see your work this way, everything changes, including your life, fulfillment, happiness, and finally your salary. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more videos that will follow, breaking down this equation into manageable steps, how to increase your value in the work that you bring.